welcome to my first vlog. So, for my first vlog, me and my boyfriend will be talking about long distance relationship. We will gonna share to you how we started this relationship, how we manage it, and how hard it is to be in a long distance relationship. So, if you're interested, I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hi! Now I'm here with my fiance, and now we're gonna share to you about how we started this LDR.
Hello, I'm Sven from Germany, and we started this LDR a little over 2 years ago. I started it with a little bit longer already, a couple of weeks, that I got the app slowly. And my main goal was mostly to get other friendships and to learn other languages. And yeah, randomly I got a message by this beautiful woman, and yeah, we are still absolutely together, as you see, and we are starting to talk about all this.
So for my story, it was the end of 2019 when my sister decided to ask me to use this app called Slowly. And if you're interested, what is Slowly, you can look at my TikTok videos. I have it there. After 2 weeks of using it, I sent a random message to a stranger, which this guy beside me, and then he wrote me a very long message with I got interested, and that's how our story started. So now we are going to talk more about the pros and cons of being in LDR. So would you like to share some of the cons or the negative things when it comes to dating?
I would love to. LDR has a lot of negative things, and some of them we will talk about right now. For me, one of the things are, as example, the time zones, the time difference. Me as a German, and that I have this Filipino at my side, we have around 6 till 7 hours time difference, which can have sometimes a really huge impact on the average day. Like you are sometimes up till midnight and it hurts already really early in the morning, or you start talking at, don't know, 10 p.m. or whatever to talk. It can have a huge impact to the average day.
So to add more about that, it is really difficult for me because we have to deal with these time differences. Like for example, in the morning I'm up, he might be sleeping. So and sometimes he's working and I'll be going to sleep. So sometimes we don't have enough communication in the day. But the good thing is we both sacrifices to make sure that every day we talk to each other, to make sure that we maintain a good and proper communication with it.
So we come now to the next con, which is physical contact. In a long distance relationship, you maybe know already, you don't see so often each other. So, and sometimes you miss each other, you're sad, you have a bad day, your work was hard, maybe you just need a hug, or you just miss your partner. You need love, you want to cuddle, whatever. And keep in mind, this doesn't exist for real, because you don't really see really often each other. And this is a point, you're gonna miss a lot.
So to add a little bit about no physical contact, yes, that is true because sometimes women like to be touched. You know, sometimes we feel sad and lonely, and a hug can actually get us feel better. And with this long distance, all you have to do is just look at your partner on the screen. So this might be really difficult for both of us dealing this distance without touching, without kissing each other.
So, our next con is, as example, random factors. Sometimes you will have maybe power interruptions. internet failures. Maybe even sometimes you have a bad audio quality. Sometimes nothing works for real, and it can has a huge impact sometimes to the mood because you miss each other or you don't understand each other, and your time is really limited sometimes and you want to enjoy it together, or you're just worried what's wrong with your partner, is she okay? And yeah, this can has really a huge impact.
Yes, that's true, especially in the Philippines where our internet providers are very good. So sometimes I have a internet interruption most of the time where I have no internet, and it's very difficult when we're actually calling each other, and then it sucks because he's gone or I'm gone. Another is the electro power interruption in my city. Like sometimes they do a electrical power shutdown without any um,
Warning.
yes, warnings. So we wasn't very prepared for it. So no communication again. And then yes, I live with a lot of kids, dogs, and a lot of noises. So I think when we were like really calling, there's like, oh, what is that noise? So that's another problem we both have to deal.
The next con is, as example, that you need to risk a lot. Like the risks are really high sometimes. You don't know if your partner is maybe a scammer. Can you trust this person? And the amount that you need to invest sometimes is ultra high. Like we don't speak here just about a couple of pesos or euros, we speak about huge amounts. And when you can't handle this or you're not ready to do this, to fight for this can be ultra tough. And especially the factor of risk of scammers, yeah, you need to put trust into your partner, a lot of trust, but there's always for sure a risk. Maybe you want to add something?
Yes, that's true. The risk way of doing this is when you have to be sure of this person. If is he real? Is he honest? Because we all know that dating online is so easy, just one swipe away, then you're already dating. But we don't know who is that person in the other side of the world. Maybe this person is a scammer. That's true. Maybe this person all wanted is to have some sexual interaction, which is very common nowadays. So you have to be very careful. So it is very risky.
Yeah.
So I think next will be how complicated my country is. I mean, we tried actually to meet halfway before, last year, and I got offloaded because they wanted to ask so many documents, so we weren't able to meet each other. So this is why he actually flew from Germany to here just to see me.
Yes, be prepared when you are together with a Filipina that the government or the country or whatever, or even your own country, can get into conflicts with this. Like it can make a lot of things really tough. Like for the last time when we tried to meet each other, we needed around 35 documents, and it wasn't even enough. So this time when I came here, I needed still a lot of apps, I needed a lot of documents. It worked, but just to show how crazy this can be. And even when I was in the plane already flying to here, they changed again things. And even in the plane, they gave me again documents, hey, fill this out. And just to show you how crazy this can be. And even in the plane, when I landed in Manila, they offloaded people just to show you how crazy this can end and how crazy this country can be. Yeah, Maybe you want to add some words more? Okay. So, trust and patience. Yeah, like the time, especially now in the corona time, your patience can be heavy tested because it's sometimes really, really unknown. When can you fly here? How long? Will something change again? And till you can meet each other is sometimes absolutely unknown. And or especially, can have you enough money for this to fly? These are all questions that can really, really test your patience. Will she get a visa or you? So it can test a lot of your relationship.
Yes, actually, I'm not a very, very patient person, which is so difficult to deal with because, for 2 years we've been dating online. And sometimes I was like telling him, "Oh, I need to see you. When will I ever be seeing you?" I mean, it's not actually our problem. It's not his problem, not mine, because we actually tried meeting halfway. I got offloaded, and then my country was locked down for 2 years, not letting foreigners to get in the country. And when it comes to trust, I mean, it's so difficult to trust a person, especially when you have been hurt before. You have to be very careful in giving your trust to someone because you're too afraid that this person might do the same for you. But I think it's all worth it if you're with the right person.
Yeah, and especially you should always keep in mind not every Filipina are scammers or Germans are scammers or other people from around the world. For sure, there are always black sheeps everywhere, doesn't matter which topic. So it's a question about even give everybody a chance. I mean, it's we have it even in daily life when you meet a guy or a girl. Maybe she's just into a rich guy or into a stable life, whatever, but not really into a relationship. And the same can be with guys. Like maybe they are just into sexual things, or they just try to get from the woman's money, whatever. It exists everything. And they are everywhere cheaters, scammers, black sheeps, whatever. But yeah, so your trust and your patience will be sometimes really, really heavy tested.
Yes, and for the negative things of doing this LDR will be, the future will be unknown. We don't know what the future looks like. And sometimes, if you are a person like me who always worries, you'll get very, very crazy about it. You get anxiety because you're worried what will happen to your future. Will you both continue it? You aren't growing any younger. Will you see each other? This kind of question that you yourself is just feeding it into your mind.
Yes, totally. The future can be sometimes so unknown, especially right now in the COVID time. It was so difficulty. When will we even see us? Like, because especially when she got uploaded, we had no time when we can see each other. We didn't know when I could come to her country because she got not even uploaded. She got even on a blacklist. And the requirement to come from it was that I come to her country. So she wasn't able to leave her country even.
Yes, like there is no other option for us to meet halfway because of this the whiteley slip that they gave. Like you have no other option but let your boyfriend comes to your country.
Yeah. So be prepared for the unknown sometimes in this wonderful but freaky country.
So after talking about all those negative things, now we'll talk about what are the pros in dating online or like a long distance.
Yeah. We talked already that such relationships can be a high risk, but it can be even a high reward. So the things that you can get, like for me as example, every sacrifice I did was worth it because the reward I got with this wonderful Filipina, it was worth it. All the waiting, all the pain, all the tears, all the cries, everything. It was 2 years of ultra difficulty moments, and the patient got really, really heavy tested, but it was absolutely worth it to wait for this wonderful time.
Yes, that's true. I don't think I can add more from that.
Yes. The next point is you have more time for yourself sometimes because you have different time zones where you work. The one is working, the other one is sleeping. So you have maybe sometimes more time for yourself, for work, for other things. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. You'll have more time for yourself because there are things you want to do alone, or what they call me time. It's not always that you don't want to be with your partner. Sometimes you want to breathe a little, so you have more of your free time.
And especially, which is another good part, we know on our own, not everybody is into, yeah, finding people in a club or whatever, or are into long conversations. And on this way, you can even get to know each other longer. Like you find maybe the person attractive, but you need time to find him. Like, are his personality, his character, everything is fitting to you? And this is, I think, a really, really good way to even still, when you're maybe shy or whatever, to find a really good partner to you.
Yes, and then building trust. I know we've talked from the cons how difficult it is to build trust and patience for each other, but also it's very rewarding. Like once you trusted a person with all your heart, it's like it's a very nice feeling when you know to yourself that you can trust this person, and also the other person knows that he or she can trust you as well.
Yes, I totally agree. This is such a high privilege and a gift that you have there a person that is sitting in the same situation, in the same boat, that needs to wait for you and for each other. And you're struggling in the same situations, often in the same problems. And without trust, LDR can never work because you get panicked, you freak out. Um, you have things in mind that aren't real often. So, and this can even lead into really, really bad things. Like when you always think, oh, is she or he cheating, or where is he, where is she? So this can be sometimes really, really difficulty when you don't put trust. Trust your partner, even blind. Trust her, hey, she is maybe just busy with work or relaxing, keeping is busy with her friends, whatever, instead of getting freaking up.
Yes, and lastly, what I love about this relationship is the learning and sharing of different cultures. Since from Philippines, I'm Filipina. Filipinos have a very rich culture, and I love sharing this culture to him, and also the same thing with him. Learning a new language, learning how one person is so different from mine is really nice to know.
Yes, absolutely. Culture is such a huge gift that you can share. You will see things that are totally unknown and wonderful for you. Especially for me in Germany, there was so many unknown things, and especially this wonderful food, this wonderful country. It's such a huge gift, and yeah, you should be excited.
Yeah, so I think that's all for my first vlog. I hope you like it. And you can drop some likes and comments. And see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.